Part of the recap today, we're talking about what happened in the last day of the WSAVA 2020 Congress. What 2021? We had their 2020 Congress. It was a great Congress. I really enjoyed it, and I think a lot of people enjoyed it. I went to some interesting talks today, and I'm sure you guys did as well. So we'd like to get you a brief review of your highlights of the day and anything you thought was particularly interesting or unusual. And we have Serge and Soren and Jim, all from Canada, with us, as well as Stella. Yeah, we're Canadianed out at the moment. Stella Spina from Portugal, and we have Syria, our president from Thailand. So they're our original recap group, and I'm Shane from Singapore. So what we want to talk about is just quickly, if everybody, and I'll just pick a name out, give us a couple of minutes about what you thought was the best or most interesting thing you had today. I know that Serge and Soren, you were doing a joint presentation on all things ultrasound in the chest by the sounds of it. Maybe you guys can start off. Would somebody like to give you a highlight of the day, anything that you found particularly interesting, or questions from the audience, anything at all? Serge.
Unfortunately, I couldn't attend today. I had a doctor's appointment, so
okay.
Very appreciative of the variety of talks that I saw on the schedule, which was pretty awesome, and how wide-ranging all the topics were.
Okay. Soren?
I'll weigh in then to say that I thought the lectures today went very well. A nice variety. Little too early for me to get up and catch a lot of the other ones, but in the session that we did today, we did have some very interesting questions when it came down to why some patients would show evidence, for example, of fluid in the lungs, and yet they're still hypovolemic. So that was one of the questions that the audience had asked today, is how can that situation exist? So that was actually, I thought, a really intuitive question, and that comes down to the fact that we get fluid in the lungs just like on an x-ray due to a lot of different things. It can be edema, but it could also be inflammatory in nature. Aspiration pneumonia, for example, which then can obviously concurrently exist with hypovolemia. But it was a really good question from the audience in that sense that we had in the feedback session today for the Q&A, which I thought was quite interesting.
So you had a lot of engagement in the Q&A? A lot of questions came in?
Yeah, so we had, actually we ran out of time. I couldn't answer them all. So there was quite a few questions from the audience and a lot of things in terms of what's the sensitivity and specificity for picking up certain types of pathology in the lung with ultrasound, and how can we really differentiate between causes of congestive heart failure versus patients that come in with lung changes that are both due to the heart and due to other problems. So it went beyond even what we presented in the talk. So fantastic questions. Gave us a chance to really get into some of the complexities of how we're trying to use ultrasound to differentiate what we're actually seeing and visualizing at the lung surface as a representation of what's going on in the lung itself, and tying that back to the heart. So I thought it was fantastic. I love that's my favorite part. If I could just walk into a room, and I do that with the students from time to time, just say, here's the topic, fire your questions, let's see where we go and have some fun with this. To me, that's my favorite part of all lecturing, is that Q&A session where we get to get into the
interaction with the audience. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, good on you. Excellent. Jim, what about you, mate? You were in the nutrition talk. I saw the last one there with the...
So no, I was the moderator for the nutrition talks all afternoon. So I had a great time, actually. So it was Dr. Webb, Dr. Rinkinen and Chandler, and then Villaverde and Weith for the last part. So a really big mix of different things. But the most interesting part to me was we had Dr. Webb, who's a psychologist, and we're talking about human motivators for why their dogs are overweight, and then putting that into disease processes and how to change them. So that was really interesting. He explained 30 years of my clinical practice in 45 minutes, which, you know, I wish I'd talked to him 30 years ago. Life would have been a lot easier. And I think the most fun part of all of this was the Q&A sessions were great. Very interactive. We had lots of questions, and actually both of them we had to shut down early because we had too many questions. So a lot of interaction from the participants, and very good questions. It was a lot of fun.
Excellent. Fella Spina, you did oncology, I believe. How did that go?
I thank you, Shane. First of all, my greetings to everyone that is with us in Facebook from Portugal. And it was a fantastic Congress. I'm very happy not only about today, but all the Congress. The program was fantastic, and congratulations to the hard work that Frederic Gaschen has done to put a so fantastic program, and it was really amazing. As Jim said, we had Q&A sessions so intense with so many questions, and this is reflects so well the engagement of all the members that are with us during these 3 days of Congress. Well, due to my role as moderator, I spend almost all the day in the all 7 with oncology, but on the first moment of the day, I want to highlight the topic of the use of antibiotics in all 5, the state-of-the-art lecture that Luca gave to us. It's with so many tips to clinicians. It was very, very good. Dr. Federico Massari on oncology room initiated lectures about biopsy principles and finished the day with soft tissue sarcomas. In the meanwhile, he talked about surgical approach to mast cell tumors and canine and feline mammary tumors. It was really a fantastic afternoon, and I can tell you that on the first, on the oncology session 3, we had 30 minutes of Q&A session because the questions were so many. So it was really, really a fantastic day.
So that's great. I mean, it sounds like the audiences were really engaged with all the talks, which was good. I was lucky. I was at the collegiality talk. Mine were all sort of related: collegiality, then CM research on the effect of veterinarians during the COVID crisis, and then also the PWG group that which I'm part of at NINCA and whatever, have popped in on Fear Free. So these are all sort of behavioural things about the good and the bad that's going on at the moment. A lot of interest in that sort of thing. Some of the news is good, some of the news is not so good, but there we go. Syria, what about you? What did you go to today? Are you here?
Actually, I really enjoyed the session that you moderated, which is the effect of COVID-19 on veterinary practitioners. I didn't only hear just the research behind it, the survey, but also I heard very many interesting perspectives, not just from veterinarians, but from our veterinary team members, and it was an eye-opener. The other ones that I really enjoyed, all of the One Health sessions were all very interesting to me, and the parts for the professional wellness as well. But you know what? Lauren's lecture was very exciting. In fact, I'm going to model all my lectures with just like his. So I'm going to learn a lot from that. I really
have to go back and review the recording, I guess.
So hope that people can get on board and join us, even if during the post-conference.
Okay, can I ask you now that you're here, 3 days, we're done. It's the end of the conference. It's been a great conference. Is there any one thing that really stood out? Just one thing.
I think that WSAVA World Congress it's not just continuing education. It's an experience. And our face-to-faces are always a community experience. We already know that. But the ability to keep that vibe and that feeling of community as we're doing virtual is just an amazing thing that has happened. I think we transcended this COVID pandemic by keeping our community alive.
Right. What about the rest of our little recap group here? We've got another couple of minutes. Is there any one particular thing that really stands out? Was it the exhibit, one of the lectures, the quality, the interaction from the audience, which sounds like it was a big thing? Jim, what do you think?
Oh man, I think the thing that stands out to me is a bit like what Syria was saying, was that even though this was virtual, it still has a really nice sense of community. And I think that's part of WSAVA. So well done to Jersey and the local host group for getting this together in spite of all of the roadblocks that have been put in front of them by COVID. And well done to Kenneth and Frederick and the whole group who put the scientific program together. It's just been great.
Excellent. Oh, I agree. Tell us, Bina, and then we'll ask Soren and Serge, and then we can open it up to our toast later on.
I want to highlight the possibility that all of we have to review the lectures, because it is impossible to be at the same time in all the rooms, and this is the good side of this dark situation that we are all living, the pandemic situation. And if I have to say something that really impacted me is the possibility to review for me as a teacher on the university to be aware of the last updates, but also how vibrant is this community, how vibrant is the WSAVA family, because I feel that energy in the Q&A session and in the live sessions. So it's my point of view, my feelings.
You know, I really wish we could have been in Poland. Yeah, it would have been great, but you're right. This is the second best that we could do. I think we did a good job and everybody should be congratulated, but particularly our lecturers. I mean, people came along to listen to these guys. So Soren and Serge, highlights, what do you think? Anything in particular?
I would second the fact that I think it's fantastic that you don't have to, when you got so many great speakers and so many great streams, you don't have to struggle with deciding, oh, I really want to go to this one and I'll end up missing that one. The fact that you can come back and review these online after the fact and catch all of the lectures, I think is fantastic. I also understand from the registration numbers that we're sitting somewhere around 2,200 attendees, which I think is also very impressive that you can get that many number of people. And the fact that it's online, you're not thinking about hotels, you're not thinking about the travel, the whole risk of COVID, the fact that that's been pulled together and you have that many people that can attend the lectures and the conference online together to socially network, etc., in addition to getting access to all those talks is absolutely fantastic. So again, I would have to say hats off to making this such a global event and making it accessible to everybody around the world. I think that's truly amazing what WSAVA has managed to pull off this year. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's been a great team effort by a lot of people. Thanks for that, Soren. Serge, do you want to comment?
I agree 100%. I mean, I think to me, one of the neatest things is that there's people traditionally that can't come to these conferences, and all of a sudden here we are. They have access to this and access to, you know, an international slew of speakers and the ability to interact with people internationally. I thought that was incredible. I'm hoping in the future, of course, to travel to Poland or travel to other places, see people in person. But I do wonder if this is a paradigm shift and maybe offering, you know, a hybrid where other people who just can't travel can potentially log in and listen to talks and listen to them at different times as well.
Okay, great. In a second, I'm just going to go to Syria and then we're going to go on to our more social event. But I see that Nadia is there. I don't know if Nadia can unmute herself, but she made a really nice comment in Facebook, and I wonder if you can open up. Are you there, Nadia?
Hello, Dr. Shane. How are you?
Nadia from Indonesia. This is my friend from Indonesia. How are you?
Fine. I'm very happy to see you all here.
So tell me, what did you think of the Congress and what was your highlight?
Well, this is very great for me because I spent 4 days at home and not work at all in clinic, only want to attend this event. So I'm very glad because I don't need to go everywhere. I can enjoy every topics, and all are very interesting for me. Actually, maybe next time, if in virtual congress like this, you all have to give us more, what's that? So the time is not enough for me because it's too short. Sometimes we want to ask questions, but the time is limited. So, but I understand because we have to arrange every presentation. For me and all of my friends in Indonesia, maybe all over the world, WSAVA, we call it WSAVA, okay? WSAVA is very great event for us. And every year we always come to WSAVA. wherever it is. And
Well, hopefully in a few years we'll be
others-
able to go to Bali, yes, and we'll go and have one there. Yeah, excellent. I'd like to just introduce Syria, whom we all know, and I'm looking at all our friends are in the room here with us, and it's a great turnout here. But Syria, as we all know, for people who are listening on Facebook, is our president, and I'd like her to just say a goodbye from Poland 2020 and raise a glass. So Syria, are you there?
So I've asked everyone to prepare your glass. I hope you have your glass in hand. Even if it's not alcoholic, you can still raise your glass. And I'd like to toast to everybody in our community. I would start naming names, and especially Fred Gashan, Mary Marcondes, our scientific committee, who put such a wonderful content together. All our speakers, all our volunteers, our committee members, the board, and FECAVA, Wolfgang. Your contribution to make this possible is amazing. And also Jersey and the local host committee team, and especially Kenneth, for bringing out this virtual Congress to be what I think would be called the first very, very successful true world Congress. Most of all, to all of our community and friends, you really made a difference to make this a true global veterinary community. So go bring other people that haven't been joining us this time on board, and then they can come and enjoy exactly the same thing.
Cheers.
So,
well done. Well done, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Zdrowia.
Only one glass.
Salud.
Saúde.
salud, cheers.
Amot naman. Cheers.
Let's see all your glasses.
So now we have a free-for-all. So anybody can just talk, excuse me, about anything you wish while I cough away.
Well, I see the handsome guys from the FECAVA. Wolfgang dressed up, and Dennis is out of his pajamas. I hope you're feeling better.
Oh, yeah.
And Jersey is still at work, I see. But thank you for all your cooperation. And I'm so sorry. I feel for you that it wasn't in Poland, but I will definitely come to visit you. And thank you for your cooperation all these years. And it was fantastic, as it could be in this circumstance. Thank you so much for all the cooperation. Cheers to you.
Dennis, how are you, mate? How are you feeling? Dennis has been ill, so sorry you couldn't join us earlier on. I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, it is getting better. Thank you, Shane. Yeah, just a huge thank you and a huge congratulations for everything that has been done. Yeah, the only thing is that I certainly cannot recommend you to catch up this bloody virus. That's the only thing. Yeah, but it is getting better. Yeah, I'm like nearly 4 weeks off, so it should be okay. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get well soon, mate. So we've got lots of people here who would like to say something. Frederick, our marvellous scientific chairperson. I think a big round of applause for Frederick. Well done, mate. It was a great program.
Thank you very much.
And yeah.
You know, it's always dangerous to ask me to say something. It could go long, but I will keep it short. I think it was quite an experience. And I think everybody had to get to the board several times to make this happen. And that includes, you know, the people from the Polish Small Animal Veterinary Association, the people from FECAVA, and many people within WSAVA as well. And definitely the people at Kenneth who were probably hoping to get a break after this one, but they won't because we'll start working on the next Congress. So altogether, I mean, a thing like that happens because of a lot of people being involved. And I think most importantly, and I reserve them for last, all our speakers, you know, there are some of them here. The Hochleitners were here. Hello, Manfred and Claudia. Nice to see you. And then, of course, Serge and Soren and others that I might be missing someone. But the bottom line is the speakers it's like the suture when you do surgery. Okay, you do a big abdominal surgery. It's like, oh, Bill Roth type 2. I don't do those, but I mean, as a surgeon, I'm sure you'd be extremely proud of yourself. And all what matters really to the owners is how the suture looks. And the suture is important. And our suture is our speakers. They are the ones who make us look good everywhere. And so I'm very grateful for that. And it was a weird comparison, but it was spontaneous at least. And so that's what I had to say. Thank you for giving me the microphone. And I would say, see you again in November.
Who would like to, we've been on for 22 minutes, but we don't really have a thing. Jersey, of course. How are you, my friend?
CPR, I think. I don't know where is it. No, CPR.
Jersey, yeah, you are.
Okay, so thank you for giving.
Call for him.
Yeah. Okay, I want to give a big thanks for all colleagues who did. First of all, to Perry, who was always responding, who was always helping. And I'm so proud of giving an opportunity to our part of the world to be present at the World Congress and Europe. So we have been doing, I think, a very good job. I was watching the people whom we recommended, and I'm sure we can be proud of them. I still learn how to like this kind of events. So I think that I'm on a good track. However, I heartfully want to invite you all guys one day again to Poland in a real face-to-face opportunity. So not only to spend a good educational time, but also enjoy a little bit and spend time in a nice parties and face-to-face chats, etc. So thank you, good luck, and meet again in Poland, Warsaw, Krakow, wherever.
Yeah, thanks, Jersey. You're a great host, and hopefully one day we'll all get there and have a beer in person. I'm looking forward to it. And one thing that we haven't really mentioned, and I can see quite a few here, the moderators. You guys did a great job. You really did a lot of work moderating, and I see Danny there. Danny, you're up early, very early. The sun wasn't up in Ireland, I believe, when you got on with us this morning. So, thank you all for the moderators.
We still haven't seen the sun yet today. It's a great opportunity. Thank you for asking.
Shane, if I may say something here from Portugal, it's been a great experience. The World Congress will return to Europe in Portugal in 3 years. I hope we do a live Congress, but I will take the word of Jerzy, and I will try to visit him and go to Poland before that. It was a great exercise and an effort from Kenneth, from the committees, from the local committee. I hope when we have the opportunity to host the Congress, we have such an amazing team as you had now, and we do a great work. Thank you, great work.
I'm sure it'll be great, Amir. I'm sure it'll be. I'm really looking forward to the Lisbon Congress. I think it'll be great. Jane, how are you? Almost off mute. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, Wolfgang, you'd like to have a chat. What would you like to say?
First of all, that I'm so happy that my microphone is not muted for once. So didn't do that mistake. It was such a pleasure to see everybody and to work together with you guys, also leading up to this event. I mean, I had the great pleasure to interview Siraya for the FECAVA YouTube channel, and that was just so nice, so pleasant, and she brought so much warmth and sunshine actually up to over to the cold Bavaria where I was sitting at the time. And then also sort of the great project sort of that we had with the collegiality document with Shane and with Walt. It was just so nice that our two organizations could work so well together, and that worked so well with the Congress, because the Congress is just coming and going, but all the work where both organizations work together. So that is something I think that will join us more together. And I think there are more projects that we can also in the future sort of push forward. And I have to say, sort of from the beginning to the end, it was a pleasure. It was just fantastic. And it also, especially now during the pandemic, it gave me so much in the installation that we were all in to have so many friends all over the world you could communicate with and share with. So I mean, it's not the same as a physical meeting, but it was a good substitute. Thank you very much to Seraya. Thank you very much to all friends of WSAVA and obviously also all my FECAVA friends. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure and it still is a great pleasure.
Thank you, Wolfgang. A lot of people haven't said anything, and you don't have to at all, but I can see we've got a number of chairs here. We've got Jane, and we've got Marge, and we've got Derek, and we've got Greg at least, and we've got an incoming chair, Cecilia. Anybody want to say anything before we all sign off?
I'm successfully unmuted now. They gave me permission to unmute, Shane, so I'll just say a quick hello. A huge congratulations to everybody. I had the opportunity to participate as a listener and also as a moderator. I was very impressed by the quality of obviously not just our speakers who are first class, but by the technical support. And I just wanted to give a special shout out that as a moderator, it is really wonderful to have such excellent technical expertise and available for the whole session that was being moderated. That's a real gem. And so a big thank you for Kenneth for arranging it that way. As the CEC chair, I see the Congress Committee as kind of our partners in many ways. And so I'm looking forward to, in conjunction with Emma, to see which of these sessions we might select for putting up onto the Academy website. And so perhaps we have some idea about attendance and other things that might direct us to which of these we might select to post onto our Academy site. So anyway, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody and echo the congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks, Jay. Any other? Oh, I left out Mary and Martin, and I saw another chair as well. Any of the chairs want to say anything before we go? Frederick, of course, has had a chance. Who did I miss out? And Manfred, of course, has done a course on exotic pets. I'm sorry, I interrupted somebody there.
No, I was just going to say the same. Yeah, you know, congratulations to all. I think all of us and Keynes and Fred that I already told. I don't know how he survived. I know that it must be really hard to do everything he has done, but he has had so many people helping him. And I just wanted to say that it was an amazing experience, and congratulations to all, to Keynes, to everyone.
All right, guys, it's nearly 1:30 in the morning here. We had a 15-minute recap, which has now gone for 30 minutes. Thanks so much for all attending. If you want to hang around and keep chatting away, I'm sure that nobody will object, but I think we've had a great conference. I really miss the face-to-face, I'll be honest, and I hope that one day we can do it in Poland. But Kenneth, everybody involved from the technical point of view, great job. The speakers were fantastic. The people behind the scenes were great, and I really enjoyed myself, and I hope that all our delegates did as well. So till November, India, Hyderabad.
Yeah, thanks, because I was responsible of the technical devices of PSAVA.
You were plugging stuff in, were you?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
yeah.
I should at first say thanks to Perry. He's very handsome man and very good experience with working with him. Yes. Thank you very much, Perry, and thanks. It's very bad that you couldn't come to us. I think it's my opinion, maybe only in a few years we should organize the next congresses on the websites. Maybe we'll be finished next year. So very good experience. In my opinion, very good website. I'm impressed of the organization. This was my impression. The first so large Congress, but in my opinion, it was the maybe short future of our congresses. No, thanks a lot for thank you very much. Thanks, Manfred and Claudia, my best friends. Thank you very much. Very good lectures. Thank you very much.
Shane?
Yeah.
Can I ask something to all of you?
Certainly.
Can we raise our glass to someone that's missing today?
Yes, we can certainly do that. Would
of
you like to
course.
make the toast, Mary?
Michael Day, yeah?
Would you like to make it? Michael Day, friend and colleague.
To Michael, thank you.
Michael Day.
Michael.
Anybody else would like to say something before we sign off? Manfred.
Can I comment? Just one
Yeah,
comment,
Perry.
Shane? Hi, everyone.
Perry, then Manfred. Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Perry.
want to remind everyone, first of all, thank you so much for the very positive feedback. We enjoyed very much, as always, working with you. And we are really, really missing the face-to-face meetings. Hopefully, we will be able to resume them shortly. I just wanted to remind everyone that all the sessions that we have, each and every one of them has been recorded. All of these sessions will be available via the platform that we use for the Congress for all the registered delegates until the end of June. So until the end of June, you have the time to log in as many times that you like. The sessions will be there. Starting tomorrow, we will also have all the sessions of today. You know, it takes us a couple of hours to upload everything, and then it will be all available. Everything from the opening ceremony, from the pre-Congress, everything is there. And if there is anything, you can always contact us and we will be happy to assist. So thank you so much, guys. It's been really our pleasure on behalf of all the Kenneth team. Thank you.
Thank you, Perry.
Manfred.
I just want to add.
Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to add, it was really great prepared. It was, I really didn't think of making this kind of lectures anyway, because I don't like online, but it was perfectly prepared to record it. I have changed my mind. It's a new way, and I think it's a very interesting way, and there is no way around it in the future. I like to have the face-to-face conferences, but still, this will be something we have to deal with. And Zbyszek, thank you again for inviting us. We had the hospitality 2 years ago and the face-to-face conference in Poland. And for all of you who haven't been in Poland, this is nothing you want to miss. It's absolutely great. So hopefully in the near future. And thank you again and have a nice day.
Thanks again. Miss you all.
Thanks, everybody. Great conference. We'll see you in India.
Bye-bye.
Good night, all.
Bye. 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 Thank you. Bye.